No, I'm good. These questions are fine for me.
Okay, well, questions for the players first then.
Hey, Luke, can you just maybe walk us through your experience coming in there and some jams every inning, but how are you able to work your way out of those?
Yeah, just trying to make pitches when it really matters, get my team off the field. I mean, guys are playing great defense behind me today as well. Dylan Carey made some good plays, so yeah, it makes it a lot easier to make pitches when you know you got good defense behind you. So just trying to keep working.
You tend to have a pretty slow heartbeat anyway. Was that tested a little bit on a night like this or no?
Last inning it was tested a little bit. Yeah, crowd was getting up, biggest crowd I've played in front of. So yeah, a little bit.
Luke, you've had a couple of games this year where you've thrown around that many pitches. Does that help prepare you for a moment like that?
Yeah, I would say so. Just you know what you're getting into when you come in the game in the seventh inning. You know, I'm getting the ball to close the game off. So yeah, just ready to go.
Well, I know you've been asked this before many times. Seems like it happens almost after every game this time of the season. But you guys have a knack for winning games when your back is against the wall. What would you say about this group makes that possible?
Well, we've been in playoff mode for quite some time. I mean, we had our backs up against the wall at about 35 games into the season. We had a decision to make, and these guys decided to fight for one another. And that's again, I've said this before, but that's all I can ask for as a coach is that my guys just empty the tank and battle and fight and scrap and do whatever it takes for each other. And that's what this group has done. And that's allowed us, in this tournament and some of these settings where, over the course of these last 6 weeks or so, we lose a Friday game and able to bounce back and win the next two. And a day like today where everybody's amped up to play a game last night, we sit around for 5.5 hours and you just come out with the same mindset the next day. I mean, I thought our mindset was incredible, the entire group all day long, and it allowed us to stay focused. We embraced the intensity that came with it. The crowd was awesome. And, these guys are fighters, and, that's what we're going to keep doing.
Gabe, can you kind of take us through your 2 home runs today? Obviously, the first one kind of seemed to set the tone for the whole day. What did you see on that pitch?
Yeah, first one, I mean, got a first pitch changeup and kind of swung over the top of it. Not a great swing, and had a feeling he was going to come back with another one of those, and he did, and just floated over the plate, and I was able to take advantage of it. And then today I would say it was just a majority off speed for all my bays, and kind of just, it was supposed to be a hit and run actually, believe it or not, but it was just floating slider and just kind of went with it. So, yeah.
Gabe, they're calling you Mr. May. What is it about this month and your ability to come up big in the biggest moments for this team?
I think it's just a desire to win, and I think we just want to keep winning every day, and no matter what it takes, because especially for us this year, we know it could be our last game, every game. So we're doing whatever it takes to keep playing, because you never know what could happen.
Do you draw on last year's experience at all? It seems like there's just a lot of parallels to what the team did a year ago to what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, these are the games you want to play in, and these are the situations you want to be in. So just always just wanting to do it and wanting to be the guy that's up there and doing it. And then we also got a lot of guys back this year from last year, and a lot of experience going through all that. So I think if we just keep doing what we're doing, it'll be good. So.
Gabe, does the ball look any different for you in these types of moments, or is it just something where it just kind of happens for you in these spots?
Just kind of happens, honestly. I mean, just trusting preparation and coaches' plans and all that stuff, and just having confidence in yourself and your teammates, and just wanting to execute when you can, really, is what it comes down to. So.
Coach, for Krista and Brockett, as seniors on a day that they might have been pitching their last day, after you didn't win today, for them to come out and play like they did, I mean, what does that say about the fight in these older guys and to show the younger guys what they're going to do?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're leaders in the clubhouse, and they've been through some ups and downs in their 4 years here. Local guys, bleed Husker red, and they go out and pour it out for their teammates. I mean, both of those guys, they've both seen different roles throughout their careers. They've been in different types of situations. There was no doubt, I don't think in anybody's mind that Brockett was going to come out and just be really good this morning. I think that was he just had a look of determination about him, and when Brockett has that, his stuff really plays up. And so just awesome job of setting the tone for the day. And Drew, again, equally as determined to take the baseball, how fast he was moving. He just was suffocating the strike zone. Again, wanting to do it for the team. I mean, that's the biggest thing is you don't have any pressure on yourself when you're not thinking about your own results. When you're thinking about what can I do to help the team, you just go let it fly. And that's where those two guys have been. And when your seniors and your leaders are doing that and show the blueprint of what it's supposed to look like, and obviously Gabe fits in that category too, and Silva and other guys that have been here that are seniors. The rest of the guys feed off that. And just an awesome job. And I know I'm leaving guys out. I think Brumbaugh really competed and got some sparks going for us as well too. Another older guy in our program.
And then for Hogan, I mean, the guy that hits haven't always come this year, but just a great day today. How much did his experience shine through today?
Yeah, 18 innings, catching, and catching a lot of games, and that hit. Again, that inning was very team oriented, right? I mean, we had 2 bunt base hits to get the bases loaded. Sandy hasn't laid down a bunt all year and gets a hit, and then we get another one with DC, and just looked like they were getting ready to wiggle out of it. And Hogan just stepped up. I mean, that was a big swing, a really, really big swing by a senior who came to Nebraska to be in these moments. And, he's been awesome, honestly. I mean, he's been on the barrel a lot this year with nothing to show for it. It's good to see him start to get rewarded with some balls.
Will, could you speak to what Luke gave you, not just tonight, but this week, going 3 1/3 on Tuesday, and 64 pitches?
Yeah, he's a stud. I mean, he's at the back of the game for a reason. I mean, this guy's built for this. He's built for these moments. Slow heartbeat. Plus stuff. He's going to pitch for a long time. I hope much longer for the Huskers, this year. But yeah, I mean, he's just we can put him in any situation, and he's gonna thrive. And again, doing it for the team. Just a team first guy.
Coach, you guys have been really focusing on small ball. You had the back-to-back bunt singles that are just you guys moving the ball. 12 great team today or tonight on advancement opportunities. Just speak about your guys' small ball.
Yeah, I mean, again, I just, this ballpark, although there have been some home runs, I mean, you've got to be able to play in different ways, and Gabe's taken some big swings for us. But, other than that, we got some speed in the lineup and some guys that can kind of just move the line. So that's what you got to do. I mean, you just got to do what it takes to play team offense. And these guys that are in the lineup 1 through 9 are willing and eager to do that. And again, another guy, Rhett Stokes, stepped up. Overbeek. He was a late scratch. I mean, he's not. He's got an ankle that he's dealing with right now, and so he wasn't available to play. I mean, that guy's been pretty valuable to us, and it's a luxury to have a guy like Stokes to come off the bench and not miss a beat.
Do we have any more questions for players before we let them go?
Gabe, you guys have been in this position before in this tournament. And how would you just describe the tournament and just the competitiveness of it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, great atmosphere tonight. I mean, Husker fans always showing out. But I feel like you just got to step it up a notch. I mean, for us this year, I feel like our back's been against the wall every game. I mean, not the highest ranked seed this year, but just keep coming out with the same fight and same competitiveness, and good things will happen. So.
Gabe, how much fun, talking about the team approach offensively, how much fun is that to watch the other guys do what they do, and then can you touch on your celebration? Did you
I did slip and fall at the end of that, so that was pretty good. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I think we had double-digit hits again tonight. So it's just something to say about our offense, and it's not just one person in the lineup; it's everyone really. So I think it just stands to the competitiveness of this team and how we have 1 through 9. Everyone's ready to compete.
Luke and Gabe, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Good job, boys.
When you're trying to line up a day like today, and you got to win 2 games, is there something that as a coach you're kind of looking for, maybe early in the first game or something that, it's going to be a good day that day for you, or what are you kind of looking for?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always tone setters, and we had that. Brockett again, like I said, I mean, he really set the tone on the mound with his presence and his attack in that first inning. Set the tone, and then Gabe's swing. I mean, again, we've seen so many of those from him in this stadium. Just sparked us, and it gives you a lot of confidence because you know their left-hander hasn't given up many of those, and we put a lot of pressure on them, and our guys were really determined. And you know, our resume, you know, what is it now? We're 5 or 6-2 against top 25 teams and top RPI teams, and we beat a lot of really good teams. So I knew we were up for the challenge today. It's nothing that we haven't seen. And then the key is just the response right after the first game and looking for that response. And again, just like I said, sparking the team with the big hit that I think in that second game was huge when we loaded the bases with 2 outs and we were able to scratch a couple across with Hogan's hit.
See your pitching setting up for Mark generally, and then also what do you remember about that series at UCLA?
Yeah, there was, you know, it was a highly, I know we got swept, but it was a hotly contested series, I thought. I mean, I thought Walsh pitched great in game 1. All the games came down to the late innings. Jumped out to a lead on Sunday, and it didn't hold up, but they were competitive games. I'm really impressed by their team. I mean, I said that when we played them there. There's no surprise that they were co-champs in the league. Leaving that 12-day road trip that we had out west, we understood that they had a really good team. So excited to get another opportunity to battle with them tomorrow.
Was that series kind of around the time when you, somebody referred to it, you kind of had to make a decision about how you were going to compete this year? I mean, was it about that time?
Yeah, I mean, because again, that feels like a different season ago, honestly. I mean, it's like a fever dream, that trip where you're, you know, on the bus for 7 hours a day, and, you know, there's a lot of weird stuff. And it didn't start off great, right? I mean, you leave that series 1-5 in league play, and we were pretty anemic offensively at that point in time, and so we had a decision to make. We had to flip the mindset of the group, but I thought at that point in time the pitchers were in a good spot, and we just needed to kind of flip the script, you know, offensively to just get going and to prove that we were, you know, not going to just give in to the circumstances because it would have been easy to do that at that point in time. So yeah, I mean, it was a collective choice that these guys made. It's important to them. Even when we weren't winning games, it wasn't from a lack of effort. It just, you know, we ran into some good teams and we were on the wrong side of some big hits. And so we stayed together. And that, again, I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Like, it's all I can ask. Like, any coach, just ask of their players to get after it and to have people watch their team and say, those guys, they give it everything they have. And I'm proud of the decision that they've made and just got to keep it going.
I know you touched on it briefly, but for the fans to show up 3 times in 24 hours, what's your message to them, and then what's your message to them for tomorrow?
They're making a huge difference. You know, we've played great in this ballpark in this setting, and it's in large part to not just being here, but being loud. I mean, there's a huge difference. I mean, we have, this crowd has been loud. We had the chants going. I mean, we've kind of maybe sped up the opponent's hitters in some big situations where, you know, the crowd's being loud. That's important. It is really important, and we love the support. I mean, again, 9 a.m. game this morning, you could really feel it. I mean, there was a buzz in this stadium last night. They were sticking around for all 5 hours that they were here until we had to be told to go home. So why not sell out tomorrow, huh? I mean, let's got a big game. You know, we've been here before. Hopefully, we can keep the game at 2 p.m. this time and not move it up. And let's do our best to sell out and fill the stadium with red.
The fountain you have in the middle with guys like Gabe, how valuable does it make it for you that you can stack speed at the top with guys like Robbie and Riley?
Yeah, it is, and it was a hit and run, his home run, because, you know, Brumball's on first base. I thought at the very least we could steal a bag if there's a swing and miss involved. But yeah, I mean, he's at the plate with guys, you know, that can get around the bases when if he has an extra base hit, and that goes for those guys in the middle. I mean, you know, Sanderson's done a nice job, and Carey and Nunez, you know, some of those guys in the middle of the order have done a nice job, and we've got those table setters there. Move Bolin up, today. He put pressure on the defense, maybe not anything to show for it, but those guys are all grinding.
Coach Horn start that conversation for you?
What's that?
Does Horn start that?
He'll be right at the very top of the conversation. Haven't officially decided yet.
How much time did you have over to scratch? Maybe like 20 minutes?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he was hurting pretty bad after. I mean, he finished the game. I mean, just from pure adrenaline, the first game, kind of hobbling around, and I think it was when he was rounding second and fell, just kind of felt something there. So we were hoping to play him. It became pretty obvious he was going to try to do it, but it just wasn't moving around great. So, Stokes was ready.
Coach, you mentioned Devin stepping in. He kind of a rough stretch for the back half of the season, but I mean, he had 2 hits at the end of the game. It looks like you said something to him before his third at bat. Kind of, what was that conversation like?
I think his third at bat was when they had the left-hander on the mound throwing a lot of fastballs, and just said, "You're going to get a fastball over the middle of the plate. Just be ready to hit." And so he got himself to, I think it was a 2-0 count. Didn't get over anxious and got a good pitch to hit, and it's a big boy approach by him right there to be able to burn the left fielder on a guy throwing 94 from the left side.
Last question for Coach. All right, well, thank you very
Yep,
much.
thank you.
Appreciate the time.
Yep.
Good luck